Have you ever met someone who set your soul on fire, and yet burned everything else down with it? That person who appeared out of nowhere, like destiny itself, only to disappear just as suddenly, leaving you questioning everything you thought love was? You tried to move on, but somehow their energy stayed. Their name still echoes in the silence. Their eyes still haunt your dreams. And deep inside, you know they changed something within you permanently. What if I told you that person wasn't meant to stay? That the pain they caused was not a punishment but a portal, a sacred doorway your soul had to walk through before meeting your twin flame. This is the untold truth about karmic relationships, the messy, beautiful, heartbreaking lessons that shape your twin flame journey, the encounter that feels like destiny. Karmic relationships always begin with a spark, an intensity that feels electric. You meet them and instantly something inside you remembers. It's not just attraction, it's recognition. Maybe it's the way they look at you like they've known you forever. Maybe it's the way conversations flow, too natural, too deep, too soon. You tell yourself, this must be fate. But fate doesn't always come wrapped in softness. Sometimes it comes in the shape of a storm. A love so consuming that it forces you to confront your shadows. You begin to lose yourself in them. Every message, every argument, every silence becomes amplified. You're either floating in euphoria or drowning in anxiety. There's no in-between. And when it ends, because karmic relationships always end, it leaves a wound that no one else seems able to heal. Why the pain feels so personal? Because it is. A karmic relationship isn't random. It's a mirror reflecting back every wound, every insecurity, every unhealed part of you. Maybe you always felt unseen, and this person makes you feel visible at first, until they suddenly withdraw that attention, forcing you to face your abandonment wounds. Maybe you've spent your life trying to please others and they come to take and take until you finally realize you have nothing left to give. Or maybe you've always feared being alone, and they make sure you learn what loneliness truly means. It feels cruel, doesn't it? But beneath that cruelty lies divine precision. The universe uses people like them to show you what you still need to release. The universe's toughest lesson. Here's the truth most people avoid. Before meeting your twin flame, the one who mirrors your light, you must first meet those who mirror your wounds. Karmic partners come to test the foundation of your self-worth. They push your buttons, awaken your fears, and expose your illusions of control. They are, in every sense, your spiritual trainers. They don't come to love you gently. They come to prepare you, to make you strong enough, conscious enough, and awake enough to recognize true love when it finally arrives. Without them, you would meet your twin flame and repeat the same old cycles: jealousy, insecurity, control, fear of loss. The karmic relationship breaks those patterns, often by breaking you, but only so you can rebuild yourself, this time on truth. The cycle that repeats until you learn. You might have noticed, karmic relationships follow a loop, a dance between passion and pain. You break up, you can't stand the toxicity anymore. Then they message you, and your heart races again. You think, maybe this time it will be different. It never is, because it's not about them changing. It's about you changing. Each loop is a lesson. Each return is a test. Have you learned to choose yourself yet? Have you realized you don't need to chase love? Have you remembered that peace is more valuable than passion? Until you do, the universe keeps sending the same energy, just wearing different faces. When you finally walk away, one day something shifts. It's not dramatic. There's no big argument, no final goodbye. You just wake up and realize the chaos no longer feels romantic. You start to see clearly. You remember who you were before them, and who you want to become after. And for the first time, you choose peace. You choose you. That's the day the karmic lesson ends. That's the moment the universe whispers, now you're ready. The energy that changes everything. You'll notice it. People around you start to change. You no longer attract drama or confusion. You begin to attract stillness, understanding, depth. That's not luck, it's vibration. Your energy has shifted. Because karmic relationships don't just change your love life. They transform your soul's frequency. You've cleared old karma. Not through revenge or resistance, but through awareness. You've learned the hardest lesson of all. that love is not supposed to hurt to be real. The paradox of gratitude. And one day, maybe months, maybe years later, you'll look back at that karmic partner and feel something unexpected. Gratitude. Not because they treated you well, but because they woke you up. They forced you to meet yourself in the darkness. And without them, you might never have discovered your true worth. They were never meant to be your forever, only your catalyst. The soul's hidden map. Every soul carries a map, a blueprint of lessons it must experience before reunion with its twin flame. Karmic partners appear at exact moments to activate those lessons. Some stay for months, others for years. But all of them have one purpose: to lead you back not to them but to you. Because only when you become whole will you be able to merge with your other half. Closing reflection. So if you're watching this right now, still tangled in the pain of a karmic relationship, remember, you are not being punished. You are being purified. The universe is stripping away every illusion that keeps you from real love. And yes, it hurts. But on the other side of that pain is freedom. Voice softens. Every heartbreak is sacred. Every goodbye is divine. Redirection. And every karmic lesson brings you one step closer to your twin flame. The one who won't complete you, but will recognize the wholeness you've already become. This wasn't the end. It was the beginning of you. Before your soul came into this lifetime, it made agreements, sacred contracts written in energy, not words. Each one was designed to help you remember who you are. Some souls agreed to meet you with love. Others agreed to meet you with pain. But all of them came to help you awaken. These are karmic relationships, the spiritual contracts your soul signs before birth, promising, I will meet you again, and through that meeting we will both grow. The cosmic design of karma. Karma isn't a punishment. It's a balance. It's the universe's way of restoring harmony where energy once fell out of alignment. Maybe in another lifetime you abandoned someone. This time you're the one left behind. Not as revenge but as remembrance. To help you understand both sides of the story. Maybe you once used love as control. Now you meet someone who mirrors that back to you. The point isn't blame. The point is awareness. In the language of the soul, karma simply means what you put out must be felt, understood, and healed, so your soul can evolve. So when a karmic relationship begins, it isn't random. It's destiny answering the echo of unfinished energy, the unmistakable pull. You don't stumble into a karmic connection. You collide with it. It feels magnetic, uncontrollable, fated. You meet their eyes and something ancient stirs. It's as if the universe whispers, you've done this before. You can feel the history between you even if you've just met. You can't explain the intensity. It's too much too soon. Your mind says, slow down. Your soul says, I remember. That's the first sign of karma at work, the sense of inevitability. Because karmic souls recognize each other not by face, but by frequency. They carry the vibration of your unfinished stories. And when you meet, everything unresolved rises to the surface. The purpose behind the chaos. Karmic relationships often feel like emotional roller coasters: love, passion, pain, silence, repeat. They test every nerve, every limit, every wound. You'll ask yourself, why can't this just work? Because it's not supposed to. Its purpose isn't peace, it's purification. They come to trigger the parts of you that still crave validation. To push the buttons you swore no one could ever push again. To bring your shadows out of hiding so you can finally face them. A karmic partner is both your mirror and your medicine. They are not the cure, they are the catalyst. They tear down the illusions you've built around love. That love means saving someone. That love means losing yourself. That love means pain. Through the chaos, your soul learns the opposite. That love begins with self-awareness, boundaries, and truth. Different faces, same lesson. If you don't learn the lesson, karma doesn't disappear. It just changes form. Maybe the same lesson repeats through multiple partners, each one teaching the same truth, a little louder than the last. You might meet someone who cheats, until you finally learn trust doesn't mean blindness. You might meet someone who ghosts, until you realize love shouldn't leave you guessing. You might meet someone who manipulates until you remember your power. Every time the face changes, but the feeling stays familiar. That's not bad luck. That's an unlearned lesson. Knocking again. When you stop asking, why do I attract this? And start asking, what is this trying to teach me? That's when karma begins to dissolve. How karmic love feels in the body. Your body always knows before your mind does. Karmic relationships feel like electricity, too much current for the wires to handle. You feel high when they're near, hollow when they're gone. Your nervous system can't tell if it's love or danger. It's a physical addiction, not to the person but to the chemistry of emotional chaos. That's why it's so hard to let go. Because every dopamine spike, every adrenaline rush, convinces your body that this is love. But love isn't supposed to feel like survival. It's supposed to feel like safety. And your body will keep telling you the truth if you learn to listen. The spiritual contract. Before you met, your souls agreed. I will challenge you. I will trigger you. I will hurt you, not to destroy you but to awaken you. They may ghost you, betray you, abandon you, but on the soul level, none of it is punishment. It's all choreography. Every tear, every argument, every ending was part of the contract. You were never meant to stay with them forever. You were meant to meet them, learn and rise. Because after the karmic storm comes the spiritual dawn, the awareness that love was never about possession but about reflection. Breaking the cycle. How do you end a karmic cycle? Not by blocking them, not by begging them back, but by understanding what they came to show you. Ask yourself, what pattern did I repeat with them? What wound did they trigger in me? What part of myself have I been ignoring? Then choose differently. The moment you act from self-awareness instead of old pain, you break the karmic loop. Forgiveness isn't about excusing what happened. It's about reclaiming your energy from the past. When you forgive, you say to the universe, lesson received. I'm ready for peace now. The shift that opens the path to twin flame union. Once you heal the karma, something subtle but powerful happens. Your vibration rises. You begin to attract relationships that match your healed frequency. People who mirror your wholeness, not your wounds. And that's when your twin flame appears, or returns. But this time you recognize them not from desperation, but from peace. Your energy says, I no longer need saving. The karmic partner was your initiation. The twin flame is your evolution. But without the first, you would never have been ready for the second. The deeper truth. Every karmic story is a love story disguised as pain, because it teaches you to stop chasing what breaks you. It teaches you to love yourself enough to walk away. It teaches you that endings can be divine too. And when you've learned all you need, the universe closes that chapter for you. You don't need to fight for closure because your healing is the closure. Closing reflection. So the next time you find yourself in a connection that burns instead of nourishes, pause, breathe and ask, what is this teaching me? Because behind every heartbreak lies an invitation to meet yourself more deeply, to understand the parts of you that still ache to be seen, to evolve beyond pain into power. And maybe then you'll see, the people who hurt you weren't villains. They were volunteers. Souls who loved you enough to play the role of your mirror, so that when your twin flame arrives, you'll finally recognize love for what it truly is. Not the fire that consumes, but the light that endures. Some souls break you open only to set you free. In the world of spiritual love, not every connection is meant to last a lifetime. Some come to teach you, some to support you, and some to awaken you entirely. To navigate the labyrinth of your heart, you must learn to see the difference between karmic relationships, soulmates, and twin flames. Understanding this distinction is the key to breaking cycles, raising your vibration, and stepping fully into your twin flame journey. The karmic relationship. Lessons in fire. Karmic relationships are the mirrors of your unhealed self. They are the relationships that test you, challenge you, and sometimes hurt you the most, but they are never meant to stay. The universe places these souls in your life to trigger old wounds, to push you out of your comfort zone, and to teach you what unconditional love really looks like, starting with yourself. Signs of a karmic relationship. Intense attraction, almost addictive energy. A cycle of highs and lows, passion, drama, pain, and brief relief. Feelings of obsession or dependence. Even when you know the relationship is unhealthy. Lessons repeated until fully learned. Boundaries, self-love, detachment. Forgiveness. Karmic relationships are the prelude, the forge where your heart is tempered. Without them, your soul might meet your twin flame and still repeat old patterns. Jealousy, fear, and codependency. Imagine a fire that burns so hot it scars yet purifies. Karmic relationships are that fire. You may leave with ashes in your hands, but your spirit emerges stronger, clearer, and ready to receive love on a higher plane. Soulmates, the companions of growth. Soulmates, in contrast, are companions for growth and harmony. They are not necessarily romantic, though they can be, but they are people whose presence helps you evolve. A soulmate can offer support without judgment, inspire you to reach higher and see yourself more clearly, challenge you gently, nudging you toward your true potential. Soulmates help you build rather than burn. While karmic partners are teachers through tension, soulmates are teachers through alignment and encouragement. Sometimes your soulmate overlaps with a karmic connection. A soul may start as karmic and later transform into a more stable, supportive presence as lessons are learned. But the key difference is that soulmates never trap your energy in cycles of repeated pain. Twin flames. The mirror of your soul. And then, there is the twin flame. The twin flame is the other half of your soul. The mirror that reflects not only your light, but also the shadows you have already faced. Meeting a twin flame is different from any other connection. There is recognition at a soul level, a sense that you have known this being beyond time and space. Signs of a twin flame connection. Immediate, undeniable recognition. A sense of coming home to yourself when with them. Deep emotional resonance, often triggering profound growth, but in alignment rather than repetition. A push and pull dynamic, not because of trauma, but because each soul is learning integration, balance, and unconditional love. Unlike karmic relationships, twin flames do not exist to hurt you repeatedly. Instead, they reflect back what you have already healed, allowing you to ascend together spiritually. Pause, soft echo of wind and water sounds. Think of it like this: karmic relationships build your wings, soulmates guide your flight, and twin flames meet you in the sky. Why the distinction matters. Without recognizing the difference, it's easy to confuse intensity with destiny. Many people mistake a karmic fire for a twin flame. They feel passion, obsession, and a magnetic pull, and assume it must be true love. But karmic intensity is a test, not the final destination. Confusing these connections can lead to repeated cycles of heartbreak, disillusionment, and stagnation. The key lies in awareness. Karmic relationships repeat until you learn. Soulmates support your growth and ease your journey. Twin flames recognize and harmonize with the highest version of you. By distinguishing between them, you stop chasing illusions. You stop staying in pain that doesn't serve your evolution. And most importantly, you prepare your soul to fully receive a twin flame union. The lessons embedded in each type. Every connection, whether karmic, soulmate, or twin flame, serves the soul's awakening. Karmic relationships teach you to set boundaries, love yourself, and release fear. Soulmates teach you alignment, partnership, and authentic companionship. Twin flames teach you integration, spiritual growth, and unconditional love. Without karmic relationships, your soul might skip vital lessons. Without soulmates, your journey might feel lonely and unsupported. Without the twin flame, your deepest potential would remain dormant. Each relationship is a step in the cosmic choreography of your heart. And recognizing the type of connection is the first step toward mastering your own energy. The energy shift. When you understand these distinctions, your energy begins to shift. You no longer cling to intensity out of fear. You no longer confuse chaos with love. You no longer settle for lessons that aren't yours to repeat. Instead, you choose consciously. You honor the karmic lessons without being trapped in them. You welcome soulmates without dependency. And you prepare yourself, energetically, emotionally, spiritually, for your twin flame. The difference isn't just in who you meet. It's in how you meet them. It's in how you feel in your own skin, fully awake, fully aware, and fully yourself. Practical reflection exercise. To discern your current or past relationships, reflect on intensity versus alignment. Ask yourself, did this connection challenge me repeatedly in the same way? Did it support my growth or simply trigger old pain? Did I feel at home in myself, or constantly on edge? Through reflection, you can identify whether a connection is karmic, a soulmate, or a twin flame, and act with awareness, not reaction. Closing reflection. So remember, intensity alone is not destiny. Your soul's journey is far more intricate than attraction, obsession, or heartbreak. Karmic relationships teach, soulmates support, and twin flames awaken. By understanding these differences, you regain power over your energy, your choices, and your love life. You stop repeating the past. You stop chasing illusions. And you finally open your heart, fully, ready for love that reflects your truest self. Every soul you meet has a role. Understanding the role is your path to awakening. We often meet people and feel a pull we cannot explain. The attraction is magnetic, the chemistry intense. Feels like destiny. Yet, not every soul who crosses your path is here to stay. Some are here to teach, others to support, and some to mirror. Unfinished karma. These are karmic relationships, connections that can feel intoxicating at first, but may leave scars if we aren't aware. The key to navigating your twin flame journey is learning how to recognize karmic relationships before they turn painful, so that you can extract the lessons without losing yourself in the storm. The subtle signals of karmic energy. Karmic relationships rarely appear with a warning label. Instead, they present themselves in subtle but persistent ways. Here's what to notice. Magnetism that feels uncontrollable. At first, the pull feels exhilarating. Your heart races. Your mind is clouded. You feel like you can't stay away, even when you know it might be harmful. This is the hallmark of karmic energy. An addictive magnetic force, pulling you toward lessons you may not yet be ready to face. Emotional roller coasters. Karmic connections are rarely steady. You'll feel highs of intense passion and lows of confusion, anger, or despair. Each interaction seems amplified. A small slight feels like betrayal. A minor compliment feels like heaven. The extreme emotional swings are a mirror of unresolved patterns in your soul. Patterns that repeat. Do you notice cycles repeating in your relationships? Perhaps you attract the same type of person, controlling, distant, or emotionally unavailable. This repetition is your soul's way of pointing to unfinished business. Karmic relationships will repeat their lessons until they are fully understood. Feeling drained despite the connection. A karmic partner may excite your mind but leave your body tired. If after being with someone you feel depleted, anxious, or unsettled, pay attention. Love is not supposed to feel like survival. Karmic relationships reveal where your energy is being misaligned. Questions to ask yourself before diving in. To recognize a karmic connection early, ask yourself, do I feel seen or used? Does this relationship inspire growth? Or does it repeat old pain? Am I attracted to the intensity or to the person themselves? Do I feel peace in my own skin when I'm with them, or a constant push and pull tension? Am I drawn because I want to heal or because I want them to fix me? The answers often reveal whether this is a karmic lesson in disguise or a relationship that truly aligns with your soul. The early signs in communication. Karmic relationships communicate in ways that reflect your inner wounds. Mixed messages. One moment they're affectionate, the next cold and distant. Inconsistency. Promises are made and broken, leaving you confused. Triggering words. Something they say always strikes a nerve. A reflection of your past insecurities. Avoidance of responsibility. They rarely admit mistakes or honor boundaries. Recognizing these patterns early can save you months or even years of emotional turmoil. A karmic partner doesn't intentionally hurt you. They simply mirror the energy that your soul needs to resolve. Body awareness. Your first line of defense. Your body often knows the truth before your mind does. Pay attention to physical cues when interacting with someone new. Tension. Shoulders tight, stomach knots, chest pressure. Exhaustion. Emotional fatigue after conversation or meeting. Heart rate spikes. Rapid pulse when thinking of them or waiting for their reply. Gut intuition. A subtle, persistent feeling that something isn't right. These physical reactions are signals from your inner guidance system, telling you where your energy is being drawn into. Unresolved karma. Why we're drawn to karmic relationships. We often attract karmic partners because we unconsciously resonate with their energy. Unhealed wounds seek recognition. You attract what you need to see in yourself. Past life karma may manifest as familiar patterns with new faces. Our own fear, attachment, or need for validation can magnetize intense connections. This isn't punishment. It's soul work, the universe bringing the right teacher at the right time. Practical steps to recognize and protect yourself. Observe patterns. Look for repetition in feelings, reactions, and experiences. Check your energy. Notice if your spirit feels heavy, anxious, or depleted. Ask reflective questions. Is this connection serving growth or feeding old wounds? Listen to your intuition. Your body and inner voice are often more accurate than external appearances. Set boundaries early. Protect your emotional space. A karmic partner may test them repeatedly. Journal your experience. Writing down patterns helps clarify the lesson and prevents unconscious repetition. By taking these steps, you're not avoiding love. You're choosing the right lessons at the right time and preparing your heart for twin flame readiness. The gift of early recognition. When you recognize a karmic connection early, you prevent prolonged pain. You extract the lesson. Consciously, you raise your vibration for the relationships that truly align with your soul. Karmic relationships are not enemies. They are mirrors, teachers, and catalysts. By learning to see the signs before being consumed, you turn chaos into wisdom. A real-life example. Imagine meeting someone new. They are charming, intense, and magnetic. At first, everything feels perfect but subtle. Things begin to emerge. A comment triggers a deep insecurity. They disappear without explanation. Patterns from your past resurface. If ignored, this connection could drag you through months of confusion and heartache. If recognized early, however, you can reflect. This is triggering an old wound I need to address. I see the lesson, and I will not repeat the cycle. You might continue the connection consciously with awareness or step away. Either way, you remain in control of your energy. Closing reflection. Recognizing a karmic relationship before it becomes painful is about awareness, intuition, and self-respect. It's about noticing the subtle cues in words, actions, and energy before you are pulled into a cycle of repeated lessons. It's about honoring your soul's journey, protecting your heart while still learning, growing, and evolving. Because every karmic relationship holds a message. It is not punishment. It is a gift disguised as challenge. And when you understand the lesson, you rise stronger, lighter, and ready for the love that truly mirrors your awakened self. See the signs, protect your energy, and step consciously into love. Karmic relationships are often misunderstood. They are not punishments, nor random misfortunes. They are mirrors of the soul, designed to reveal the parts of ourselves that need healing. Every challenge, every heartbreak, every trigger carries a lesson. A hidden invitation to grow, to evolve, and to prepare for the love you are truly ready for. In this chapter, we explore the profound lessons karmic relationships bring, and how they pave the path to twin flame awakening. Lesson 1. Recognizing your patterns. One of the first lessons karmic relationships teach is pattern recognition. We often attract the same type of energy repeatedly. Controlling partners, emotionally unavailable lovers, or those who mirror our own unresolved fears. A karmic connection forces us to face this truth. Why am I drawn to this type of person? What unresolved wounds am I projecting onto them? Where do I repeat old patterns instead of choosing differently? By observing the cycles, the arguments, the repeated disappointments, the intense highs and lows, we begin to see ourselves more clearly. The mirror effect of karmic relationships is unrelenting. They expose our unconscious tendencies, giving us the opportunity to break free from repetition. Lesson 2. Healing old wounds. Karmic relationships are often the vehicle for healing old wounds. Perhaps a past relationship left you feeling abandoned, insecure, or unworthy. Perhaps a childhood trauma echoes in the ways you give and receive love. Karmic partners trigger these wounds deliberately, not to harm, but to bring them into consciousness. When triggered, the first instinct may be to react emotionally. Anger, blame, fear. But the lesson lies in pausing, reflecting, and healing. Feeling the pain without attachment. Recognizing the old story behind the emotion. learning to soothe yourself instead of relying on someone else to heal you. Every time you face and heal a wound, you release karmic energy, preparing your heart for relationships that are conscious, aligned, and supportive. Lesson 3. Cultivating self-love and boundaries. Karmic relationships teach the importance of self-love and boundaries. Without clear boundaries, we often lose ourselves in the chaos, giving more than we receive, tolerating disrespect, or holding on to people who drain our energy. A karmic partner may test these boundaries relentlessly. They push your patience. They cross lines you normally wouldn't allow. They demand more than you are ready to give. The lesson is not to fight or control them. It is to stand firm in your truth, to protect your energy, and to value yourself above the need for external validation. Boundaries are the first step in preparing for a twin flame connection. Because only when you are whole and self-aware can you meet your other half without losing yourself. Lesson 4. Understanding the nature of love. Through karmic relationships, we learn that love is not possession. We may have believed that love means saving someone else, constant sacrifice, being needed to be loved in return. Karmic connections strip these illusions away. They show us that true love begins within. Love is not about control, obsession, or validation. Love is about respect, freedom, and energetic alignment. Love does not require sacrifice at the cost of your self-worth. By learning this lesson, we shift our energy from attachment and fear to awareness and freedom, creating the vibration necessary to attract a twin flame connection. Lesson 5. The power of forgiveness. Forgiveness is a recurring theme in karmic lessons. We may be hurt, betrayed, or abandoned. The pain can feel unbearable. Yet karmic relationships offer a deeper truth. Holding on to resentment keeps us bound to the cycle. Forgiveness does not mean condoning harmful behavior. It means releasing the energetic tie that keeps you bound to the past. When you forgive, you reclaim your power. You dissolve the karmic loop. You open your heart to love that is conscious and reciprocal. This lesson is one of the most important steps toward twin flame readiness, because twin flame connections require a heart that is unburdened, free, and fully open. Lesson 6. Patience and timing. Karmic relationships teach us the value of timing and patience. Not every connection is meant to last. Not every person is meant to stay. Some come briefly to ignite a lesson and leave when the work is done. We often desire closure, answers, or permanence. Yet karmic connections remind us the universe has its own timing. Patience in these moments develops resilience, inner peace, and the trust that the right love will arrive when you are fully prepared. Lesson 7. Preparation for twin flame union. All these lessons, pattern recognition, healing, self-love, forgiveness, patience, converge to prepare you for your twin flame. Without karmic lessons, we may still carry attachments, fears, or unresolved emotions into our twin flame journey. Karmic experiences clear the emotional and energetic path, allowing the twin flame connection to be a mirror of growth, not trauma. Your karmic experiences are the foundation for spiritual readiness. You learn to love without losing yourself. You learn to release control and embrace partnership. You learn to recognize love that aligns with your highest self. In essence, karmic relationships are the training ground for the soul, preparing you for the profound, conscious, and transformative love of a twin flame. Closing reflection. Every karmic connection carries a hidden gift, a mirror of your unhealed self, a path to self-discovery and empowerment, a preparation for love that is conscious, balanced, and transformative. The next time you encounter a karmic relationship, pause, breathe, and reflect. What is this connection teaching me? How can I grow through this experience? What parts of myself can I heal and reclaim? By embracing the lessons, you turn pain into power, chaos into clarity, and heartbreak into awakening. Because in the grand design of the universe, karmic relationships are never meant to stop your journey. They are the keys that unlock the door to the love you are truly ready for. The love of your twin flame. Every lesson is a gift. Every heartbreak is a teacher. And every step prepares you for the love your soul has been waiting for. The heart is a compass, but sometimes it points us toward lessons wrapped in disguise. Karmic relationships often arrive quietly, masked by charm, familiarity, or intensity. They are the soul's teachers, yet their lessons can sting if unrecognized. The key to navigating your twin flame journey is early awareness. By spotting the subtle indicators of karmic energy, you can engage consciously, learning without being trapped in cycles of repeated pain. In this chapter, we explore the early signs, emotional cues, and energetic red flags that reveal a karmic connection before it takes hold. 1. An intense initial attraction. Karmic relationships often begin with a surge of intense attraction. The connection feels immediate and almost fated. You may feel a magnetic pull that is hard to resist. There is an instant sense of recognition, as if you've known them before, in this life or another. But intensity is not always a sign of destiny. Karmic connections draw you in with magnetism designed to trigger old patterns, rather than alignment with your highest self. Ask yourself, is this attraction exhilarating or unsettling? Do I feel drawn by love, or by the drama and intensity itself? If the answer leans toward obsession, chaos, or compulsion, this could be your first red flag. 2. Repetitive emotional triggers. A karmic partner often mirrors unresolved wounds in your emotional landscape. Minor disagreements may feel like full-blown conflicts. Small comments might stir deep insecurities. Situations from the past seem to replay in new ways. These emotional triggers are not coincidences. They are lessons disguised as friction, showing where you still carry unresolved fear, attachment, or unmet needs. The deeper the resonance with your inner wounds, the more likely this connection is. Karmic. 3. Instability and inconsistency. Karmic relationships rarely maintain a steady flow. Plans are frequently canceled or changed. Words and actions don't match. Promises break. Intentions shift. Emotional highs alternate with deep lows. This instability is a reflection of karmic energy, a push and pull designed to awaken your awareness. Tests patience, discernment, and the ability to remain centered in your own energy. Ask yourself, am I drawn to someone who makes me feel uncertain? Do I feel anxious or unsettled frequently around them? So, these are subtle early warnings of karmic patterns at play. 4. Feeling both drawn and drained. A karmic connection can be intoxicating, yet emotionally draining. You may feel energized in moments of closeness, then depleted afterward. The highs feel like euphoria, the lows like emotional exhaustion. You may crave their attention even when it disrupts your inner peace. This paradox, attraction paired with fatigue, is a hallmark of karmic energy. Love should elevate, not consistently drain. Your body and emotions act as early warning indicators, signaling where boundaries and awareness are needed. 5. Mirroring your own shadow. Karmic partners are mirrors. They reflect both the light and the shadow within you. You may see traits in them that irritate, frustrate, or scare you. Often, these are aspects of yourself you have denied or suppressed. The intensity of reflection is designed to force inner confrontation. Recognizing this mirror early allows you to understand the parts of yourself that need healing. Avoid projecting blame or frustration onto them unnecessarily. Take conscious action rather than react impulsively. 6. Lessons that feel hard, not punitive. Karmic connection is not about punishment. It's about teaching through challenge. You may experience conflict or tension that feels overwhelming. You may encounter repeated lessons about boundaries, self-worth, or emotional regulation. These lessons feel hard because they require honesty, courage, and reflection. The difference between karmic hardship and destructive abuse lies in the ability to learn and grow. If the connection inspires personal insight despite discomfort, it's likely karmic. 7 subtle red flags in communication. Communication is often the first domain where karmic patterns emerge. Mixed signals, hot and cold behavior, unclear intentions or avoidance of deeper topics, conversations that trigger unresolved fears or old traumas. Pay attention to your inner reactions. Do you feel anxious waiting for their response? Do you second-guess yourself constantly? Do you feel compelled to fix, explain, or chase their energy? These internal cues often reveal the karmic nature long before the external drama escalates. 8. Trust your intuition. Your intuition is your first line of defense. Subtle feelings of unease, hesitation, or discomfort are not Coincidences. If something feels off, it often is. If you feel an inexplicable pull toward chaos, pay attention. Your body and spirit communicate long before your mind fully understands. Intuition is the soul's radar, signaling karmic patterns before they become entangled in your energy. 9. The role of timing. Karmic relationships often appear at a specific time in your life, usually when growth is required. They are not random. They coincide with moments where you are ready to confront old wounds. Timing ensures the lesson is activated, even if it's uncomfortable. Understanding this timing allows you to approach the connection consciously, rather than being swept away by circumstance. 10. Practical steps for early awareness. Recognizing a karmic partner. Early is about awareness, reflection, and boundaries. Observe your emotions. Are they elevated, drained, or chaotic? Notice patterns. Does this connection repeat lessons from the past? Reflect honestly. Are you drawn to their essence or the intensity they trigger? Set energetic boundaries. Protect your energy while learning the lesson. Trust your body and intuition. Physical and emotional cues reveal truth before logic does. Journal experiences. Writing helps clarify lessons and prevents unconscious repetition. By implementing these steps, you remain conscious and empowered, transforming potential karmic chaos into opportunity for growth. Closing reflection. Karmic relationships are not enemies. They are mirrors, guides, and teachers. They may arrive disguised as love, passion, or fate, but their purpose is always to awaken your awareness and prepare your soul. By learning to recognize the early signs, the subtle indicators, energetic cues, and emotional triggers, you can engage consciously. You can extract the lessons without being trapped. You can grow without losing yourself. And you can step into your twin flame journey fully aware, fully healed, and fully empowered. See the signs early. Protect your energy. Learn the lesson. And prepare your heart for the love your soul has been waiting for. The end of a karmic relationship can feel like the closing of a storm. You may carry exhaustion, confusion, or lingering pain. Yet within that ending lies the opportunity for profound transformation. Healing after a karmic connection is not about forgetting, blaming, or erasing the experience. It's about releasing the energetic residue, integrating the lessons, and consciously raising your vibration, preparing your heart for love that aligns with your highest self, including the journey toward your twin flame. In this chapter, we explore practical, emotional, and spiritual strategies to heal deeply and fully. Step 1. Acknowledge and accept the experience. The first step in healing is acknowledgement. Allow yourself to feel every emotion, grief, anger, disappointment, and even relief. Avoid suppressing or rationalizing your experience too quickly. Accept that this relationship served a purpose, to teach, to mirror, and to prepare. By acknowledging the full spectrum of your feelings, you create space for conscious processing, rather than unconscious accumulation of pain. Ask yourself, what did I feel in this relationship? What did this connection reveal about my wounds and patterns? How did it challenge or illuminate my growth? Acceptance is not passive. It is active recognition, a step toward reclaiming your emotional and spiritual power. Step 2. Release residual energies. Karmic relationships leave behind energetic imprints. Even after the person is gone, you may feel lingering tension, restlessness, or attachment. Practical ways to release this energy include meditation and breath work. Sit quietly, focus on your breath, and visualize the tension leaving your body. Imagine the relationship energy dissolving into light, leaving you clear and grounded. Physical movement, yoga, walking in nature, or dance can help release trapped emotions stored in the body. Your body holds energy from experiences long after the mind has processed them. Energetic cleansing, smudging with sage, palo santo, or incense, taking salt baths, or listening to healing frequencies. These practices help clear the subtle energy fields that carry karmic residue. The goal is to detach energetically, reclaiming your personal space and sovereignty. Step 3. Reflect and integrate the lessons. Healing is incomplete without integration. Karmic relationships are designed to teach, and the lesson must be consciously absorbed. Ask yourself reflective questions. Which patterns of mine were mirrored in this connection? What unresolved wounds did it trigger? How did I react, and what could I have done differently with awareness? What qualities or values are non-negotiable for me moving forward? Journaling these reflections can be powerful. Writing creates clarity, closure, and conscious understanding, helping you recognize that every challenge was an opportunity for growth. Integration also involves self-compassion. Forgive yourself for moments of weakness or unconscious behavior. Understand that growth often occurs through trial, error, and emotional intensity. Honor the courage it took to face the lessons even amidst discomfort. Step 4. Reclaim your power and identity. Karmic relationships can leave us questioning our worth or doubting ourselves. Healing requires reclaiming your personal power. Reconnect with your interests, passions, and goals. Surround yourself with supportive energy, friends, family, or mentors who uplift you. Reaffirm your boundaries, values, and self-respect. This reclamation is crucial before entering a twin flame connection. When you know your worth, you no longer attract mirrors of lack or imbalance. Ask yourself, who am I outside of this relationship? What aspects of my identity were suppressed or overlooked? How can I step into my authentic self fully? Reclaiming your power transforms past pain into fuel for self-empowerment and conscious love. Step 5. Practice self-love and self-care. Self-love is the cornerstone of healing. It's the foundation upon which your heart can open again, free from fear, attachment, or dependence. Practical ways to cultivate self-love include daily affirmations. Remind yourself of your worth, your growth, and your inner strength. Nurturing practices. Bath, skincare, journaling, or walks in nature. Anything that replenishes your energy. Emotional check-ins. Regularly assess your feelings and needs, honoring them without judgment. Self-love also means allowing joy without guilt. You deserve happiness, laughter, and peace, not as a reward but as your natural state. Step 6. Raise your vibration. Healing isn't just about letting go. It's about raising your vibration. Engage in activities that inspire, uplift, and expand your consciousness. Surround yourself with positive, aligned energy, music, art, nature, and supportive people. Practice gratitude, mindfulness, and spiritual connection. High vibration energy creates magnetic alignment with your twin flame, attracting love that is conscious, balanced, and mutually empowering. Raising your vibration also prevents attraction to repetitive karmic cycles, ensuring that the lessons are truly complete. Step 7. Forgive and release. Forgiveness is both the hardest and most liberating step. Forgive your karmic partner, not for their sake but to free yourself from attachment. Forgive yourself for past reactions, choices, or moments of unconscious behavior. Release any lingering resentment, blame, or bitterness. Forgiveness is not weakness. It is empowerment, the conscious choice to step out of the karmic loop and reclaim your peace. Step 8. Reconnect with your inner guidance. After a karmic relationship, it's essential to reconnect with your intuition and inner guidance. Meditate, pray, or journal to access your higher self. Listen to the subtle nudges, feelings, and inspirations that arise. Trust your soul's wisdom when making decisions about future relationships. Your inner guidance is your compass, ensuring you attract connections that align with your soul's path, including your twin flame journey. Closing reflection. Healing after a karmic relationship is a sacred process. It is a journey of releasing, integrating, and raising your vibration. Every emotion, every reflection, every act of self-love is a step toward alignment with your higher self and your twin flame. The lessons of karmic relationships are not just challenges. They are preparations for conscious love, the kind of love that reflects growth, balance, and true connection. By consciously healing, you transform past pain into wisdom, strength, and clarity. You open your heart to the love that is waiting, a connection that mirrors your authenticity, your light, and your soul's purpose. Release, heal, integrate, raise your vibration. Your heart is ready, and your twin flame awaits the love you now carry within. In the journey toward a twin flame, the lines between karmic relationships and soul connections can sometimes blur. Both can feel magnetic, intense, and transformative. Both can mirror our deepest wounds. Yet there is a difference, a vibrational signature, a sense of alignment, and a depth of connection that distinguishes a karmic relationship from a twin flame union. In this chapter, we explore the subtle cues, energetic signs, and red flags that help you discern karmic connections from true soul alignment, empowering you to navigate your heart consciously. 1. The nature of attraction. Karmic relationships often begin with intense, immediate attraction, a magnetic pull that feels thrilling, but sometimes destabilizing. The connection can feel addictive, creating highs and lows. There may be a sense of urgency, obsession, or compulsion. Emotional roller coasters are common, leaving you both exhilarated and exhausted. Twin flame connections, in contrast, carry a sense of recognition without chaos. The attraction is profound but stabilizing, awakening a sense of familiarity and peace. You feel drawn to each other's essence, not just the intensity or drama. There is a deep, magnetic pull, but it doesn't create compulsive anxiety or obsession. The first distinction lies in the quality of energy: chaos versus alignment, intensity versus harmonious resonance. 2. Emotional triggers versus soul mirrors. Karmic partners often trigger unresolved wounds, jealousy, insecurity, fear of abandonment. Repetitive triggers force you to face past patterns. Emotional reactions are disproportionate to the situation, reflecting inner shadows. Conflict often escalates because both parties mirror unresolved trauma. Twin flame relationships, on the other hand, mirror growth rather than dysfunction. Challenges arise, but they inspire reflection, compassion, and personal evolution. Conflicts are opportunities for conscious communication and mutual understanding. You feel emotionally seen, held, and understood, even in moments of tension. The key difference: karmic mirrors replay old pain, while twin flame mirrors illuminate growth opportunities. 3. Instability versus harmonious connection. Karmic relationships are often unstable and unpredictable. Hot and cold dynamics dominate. Promises and intentions often do not align with actions. Emotional highs are followed by disorienting lows. Twin flame connections maintain stability amid intensity. Even when challenges arise, the core connection remains grounded. There is a deep sense of safety and trust, even through conflict or distance. Emotional intensity exists, but it does not erode your sense of self or security. Harmonious connection indicates alignment, while repeated chaos often signals a karmic cycle. 4. Growth versus repetition. A karmic relationship often repeats patterns, keeping you in cycles of attachment, fear, or control. Lessons feel repetitive, unresolved, or frustrating. Breakups and reunions may occur without real evolution. Energy often feels stuck, leaving you drained rather than empowered. Twin flame relationships ignite growth and expansion. Challenges catalyze transformation, leading to tangible insights and emotional evolution. You feel empowered even in difficulty. Each interaction deepens self-awareness, spiritual alignment, and capacity to love consciously. Repetition indicates unresolved karmic energy. Growth indicates soul alignment. 5. Ego versus soul connection. Karmic relationships often feed the ego, reinforcing fear, control, or attachment. There may be power struggles, jealousy, or manipulation. Emotional highs feel addictive, but they rarely nourish the soul. Validation is sought externally, rather than arising from within. Twin flame connections connect at a soul level, transcending ego dynamics. Mutual respect, compassion, and support dominate. Validation comes from alignment, presence, and shared growth. Both partners inspire expansion, not contraction. If you notice interactions that feel controlling, manipulative, or ego-driven, this is a red flag of karmic influence. 6. Timing and life circumstances. Karmic relationships often appear at moments where lessons are required, but the timing may be misaligned. They arrive when you are emotionally vulnerable, seeking validation, or repeating patterns. They may leave unresolved tension or unfinished cycles. Twin flame relationships align with your spiritual timing. The connection arrives when both souls are prepared for deep recognition and mutual growth. Even if external Circumstances are challenging, the inner resonance feels aligned. Timing feels divinely orchestrated rather than chaotic or forced. The universe's timing often distinguishes karmic lessons from soul unions. 7. Intuition and inner knowing. Your intuition is your guide. In karmic relationships, you may sense imbalance, discomfort, or misalignment, yet ignore the warning signs. You may feel restless, anxious, or energetically drained. In twin flame connections, intuition resonates with deep clarity and trust. You feel instinctive recognition, comfort, and alignment. Subtle cues, energetic resonance, synchronicities, and a sense of home reinforce connection. Even when challenged, your inner knowing affirms the growth and alignment of the union. Intuition is a soul-level compass pointing toward true alignment. 8. Love without attachment versus love with dependency. Karmic relationships often foster attachment and dependency. Emotional turbulence feels addictive. Separation creates intense longing and obsession. Happiness depends on the other person's actions or attention. Twin flame connections foster love without attachment. Emotional independence and mutual respect coexist with deep intimacy. Love is empowering, not dependent. Separation, if it occurs, serves growth rather than compulsion. This distinction is critical in identifying soul connections versus karmic entanglement. 9 signs of a twin flame connection. While karmic relationships leave you drained, twin flame connections leave you awaken, feeling more conscious, aligned and present, empowered, reclaiming your personal power through the relationship, inspired, motivated to grow, evolve, and pursue your soul's purpose, energetically aligned, sensing magnetic resonance at a soul level, recognized, experiencing deep mutual acknowledgement and unconditional reflection. These signs indicate that a connection is beyond karmic patterns, pointing toward spiritual partnership. 10. Practical guidance for discernment. To navigate relationships consciously, observe patterns. Notice repeated emotional triggers and lessons. Assess energy. Does the connection uplift or deplete you? Listen to intuition. Pay attention to subtle bodily and emotional cues. Reflect on timing. Does the relationship align with your spiritual path and growth? Set boundaries. Protect your energy while learning the lesson. Journal and meditate. Gain clarity and insight from reflection and inner guidance. By practicing discernment, you can avoid karmic traps and prepare for authentic soul connection. Closing reflection. Karmic relationships are teachers. Twin flame connections are mirrors of the soul. The difference lies in energy, growth, alignment, and love without attachment. By observing red flags, trusting your intuition, and reflecting consciously, you empower your heart to distinguish lesson from destiny. Your soul's journey is sacred. Every connection, karmic or twin flame, has a purpose. Recognizing the signs early allows you to engage consciously, heal fully, and step into the love you are truly ready for. Discern wisely. Trust your heart. Heal consciously, and prepare for the love that mirrors your soul. The journey of the twin flame is unlike any other. It is not merely a romantic path. It is a soul awakening, a mirror of growth, and a calling to align fully with your higher self. After navigating karmic lessons and personal healing, the heart begins to resonate at a new frequency, one that is attuned to the soul of your twin flame. But how do you recognize them? How do you know when the universe is orchestrating reunion? In this chapter, we explore the signs, synchronicities, and energetic alignments that signal the moment of reunion is near, preparing you to embrace love that is conscious, balanced, and soul-deep. 1. Feeling the magnetic pull. One of the most profound signs of a twin flame reunion is an unmistakable magnetic pull. You may feel an invisible tug toward a person you have known in spirit or met briefly. There is a sense of coming home, a deep recognition at the soul level. The pull is both grounding and electrifying, stirring your heart and intuition simultaneously. Unlike karmic attraction, this pull does not create obsessive anxiety. Instead, it feels natural, familiar, and undeniably aligned with your inner guidance. Ask yourself, do I feel drawn to this person without needing to chase or control? Does their presence awaken a sense of recognition rather than chaos? The answer is often a soul-level signal that reunion is approaching. 2. Synchronicities multiply. When a twin flame reunion is near, the universe communicates through signs and synchronicities. Repeated numbers 111, 222, 444 appear in unexpected ways. You notice mirrored experiences, coincidences, or chance meetings. Symbols, songs, or phrases seem to echo personal truths or memories. Synchronicities are not random. They are soul nudges guiding you toward alignment. Pay attention to these moments. They are often the first gentle whispers of reunion. Ask yourself, have I noticed repeated patterns pointing toward a specific person or moment? Do these signs feel deeply personal, meaningful, and impossible to ignore? These subtle signals often indicate that your vibrational frequency is resonating with your twin flame. 3. Emotional resonance and mirror reflections. Twin flames mirror each other deeply. When reunion approaches, emotional resonance intensifies. You may feel their emotions even from a distance. Certain thoughts, dreams, or intuitions seem to connect directly to them. Moments of reflection reveal parallel growth, challenges, and realizations. This mirroring is not karmic repetition. It is soul alignment in action. It signals that both partners are evolving in parallel, ready to meet with conscious awareness. Ask yourself, do I feel a deep intuitive knowing about this person? Do their challenges and growth echo mine in ways that feel harmonious? Mirror reflections at this stage are a sign of preparation, not chaos. 4. The knowing, intuition, and inner certainty. Unlike the uncertainty often felt in karmic connections, twin flame reunion comes with an inner certainty. You feel a profound knowing in your body, mind, and spirit. Doubt may arise, but it never overshadows your deep intuitive recognition. There is a sense of inevitability. Reunion feels like a natural unfolding rather than a forced pursuit. Your intuition is the guiding compass. If your heart whispers, "This is the one," and your soul resonates, trust it. This inner knowing is a signature of true soul connection. 5. Healing alignment and emotional readiness. Twin flame reunion occurs when both souls have healed sufficiently to meet in alignment. Past karmic patterns have been integrated and released. Emotional wounds have been acknowledged, processed, and forgiven. You feel grounded, independent, and capable of loving without attachment or fear. This readiness allows the reunion to be constructive rather than chaotic. Unlike karmic entanglements, a twin flame connection fosters mutual growth, conscious communication, and deep soul resonance. Ask yourself, am I prepared to meet this person from a place of wholeness rather than neediness? Have I healed enough to love without losing myself? Emotional readiness ensures that reunion is transformative, not triggering. 6. Physical, mental, and spiritual cues. Reunion is often accompanied by multi-layered signs across your being. Physically, a sense of butterflies, tingling energy, or unusual warmth when thinking of them. Mentally, vivid dreams, recurring thoughts, or deep intuitive insights. Spiritually, moments of clarity, profound synchronicities, or inexplicable peace. These cues are subtle yet undeniable, signals that your vibrational energy is aligning with your twin flame. Ask yourself, do I experience repeated, multi-layered signs pointing toward this person? Do these experiences feel synchronistic and purposeful rather than coincidental? These are often precursors to conscious reunion and energetic merging. 7. The role of timing and divine orchestration. Timing is critical in the twin flame journey. Reunion is rarely instantaneous. It is orchestrated by divine timing, ensuring that both souls are prepared. You may experience periods of separation, distance, or waiting. Patience becomes a spiritual practice, cultivating trust in the unfolding process. The universe often arranges circumstances, chance meetings, opportunities, or shifts in life to align energies for reunion. Trusting timing allows you to release control, surrender to the journey, and embrace divine guidance. 8. Mutual growth and shared purpose. Twin flames often share a deeper purpose beyond romance. Their connection inspires mutual growth, healing, and expansion. They may be drawn together to create, heal, or contribute at a soul level. Alignment is not just personal. It resonates outward, affecting lives and energy around them. Recognizing shared purpose helps differentiate karmic entanglements from conscious unions, as karmic relationships rarely support collective growth or spiritual alignment. 9. Love without dependency. One of the defining qualities of twin flame reunion is love without dependency. You feel deeply connected yet emotionally autonomous. Separation, if it occurs, fosters growth rather than despair. The bond uplifts rather than depletes, creating balance and mutual respect. This contrasts sharply with karmic ties, which often create attachment, obsession, or emotional turbulence. 10 signs of reunion in daily life. You may notice reunion signs in your daily life. Recurring synchronicities pointing to your twin flame. Dreams or visions of them appearing consistently. Encounters, messages, or coincidences that feel meant to be. A growing sense of inner alignment, confidence, and clarity. These signs are subtle, yet unmistakable. A cosmic invitation to step fully into your twin flame connection. Closing reflection. The path to twin flame reunion is sacred, intricate, and divinely orchestrated. It is a journey of healing, alignment, and conscious awakening, culminating in a connection that transcends ego and mirrors the soul. By recognizing the signs, honoring divine timing, and cultivating readiness, you prepare your heart for a love that reflects your highest self and deepest truth. Every synchronicity, every intuitive nudge, and every moment of inner resonance is a reminder. Your twin flame is not just out there. They are energetically and spiritually aligned with you, waiting for the perfect moment of reunion. Align your heart. Trust the signs. Heal and grow. Your twin flame reunion is approaching. A love that mirrors your soul awaits. Reunion with your twin flame is not the final destination. It is the beginning of a new journey. After karmic lessons, personal healing, and alignment, the union brings opportunity, growth, and profound transformation. Living in union with your twin flame is unlike any other relationship. It is a partnership of souls where love, purpose, and spiritual growth intertwine. Yet even in union, challenges will arise. The difference is that these challenges serve growth rather than chaos, and harmony becomes a conscious practice. In this chapter, we explore how to navigate the complexities of union, maintain alignment, and embrace a spiritual partnership that transcends ego. 1. Understanding the depth of twin flame union. Twin flame union is not just about romantic connection. It is a spiritual mirror, a journey of coevolution, and a reflection of your highest self. Each partner reflects the other's strengths, shadows, and unhealed wounds. Growth is continuous both individually and collectively. Challenges are inevitable, but they serve to deepen understanding, compassion, and soul alignment. Recognizing the depth and sacredness of the union allows both partners to navigate challenges consciously, rather than being swept away by emotion or attachment. Ask yourself, do I view my twin flame as a mirror and a catalyst for growth? Am I prepared to meet their shadows with compassion while embracing my own? This perspective sets the foundation for lasting harmony and conscious love. 2. Embracing challenges as growth opportunities. Even in union, challenges arise. Misunderstandings, emotional triggers, and moments of tension are natural. Yet in a twin flame relationship, these serve growth, not conflict. Challenges reveal unhealed patterns that still need attention. Difficult conversations and conflicts provide opportunities for conscious communication and emotional maturity. Each resolution strengthens the bond and deepens mutual understanding. Instead of avoiding challenges, embrace them as sacred opportunities to evolve together. Ask yourself, what is this tension teaching me about myself? How can I respond from love rather than fear or ego? Through conscious navigation, challenges become stepping stones toward spiritual alignment and shared harmony. 3. Maintaining individual sovereignty. A hallmark of twin flame union is love without dependency. Each partner maintains independence, pursuing personal growth, passions, and purpose. Boundaries are respected, allowing both to thrive individually and collectively. Emotional autonomy ensures that love is empowering rather than constraining. This balance prevents codependency and fosters mutual support, respect, and conscious alignment. Ask yourself, am I honoring my own path while embracing our shared journey? Do I allow my twin flame to exist fully as themselves, without trying to control or change them? True harmony emerges when both partners thrive independently and together. 4. Deepening communication and emotional transparency. Conscious communication is essential in twin flame union. Speak your truth openly, honestly, and compassionately. Share feelings, needs, and vulnerabilities without fear of judgment. Listen actively, holding space for your partner's expression. Emotional transparency nurtures trust, intimacy, and resonance. It allows both partners to navigate misunderstandings and align energies before tension escalates. Ask yourself, am I expressing my feelings authentically and with compassion? Am I willing to listen without judgment or defensiveness? Communication is not just dialogue. It is an energetic exchange that deepens the soul connection. 5. Harmonizing energies through daily practices. Union requires ongoing alignment of energies. Daily practices can foster harmony. Joint meditation or mindfulness exercises to align vibrations. Gratitude practices that celebrate each other's presence and growth. Movement or yoga. Together to release residual tension and cultivate energetic flow. Shared creative or purposeful projects that honor your collective mission. These practices keep the connection vibrationally healthy, conscious, and mutually empowering. Ask yourself, are we creating routines that nurture both our individual and shared energies? How can I contribute to the flow of harmony in our connection? Daily practices reinforce the energetic foundation of conscious love. 6. Supporting each other's growth and purpose. Twin flames often share a higher purpose, a mission that transcends personal desires. Encourage each other's spiritual, emotional, and creative growth. Celebrate achievements, transformations, and breakthroughs. Recognize that supporting their journey is also part of aligning with your shared soul path. Union is not about merging identities completely. It is about co-creating and supporting a shared vision while honoring individual growth. Ask yourself, am I celebrating my partner's evolution as much as my own? Do I see our connection as a conduit for mutual empowerment and purpose? Mutual support transforms the relationship into a conscious partnership of souls. 7. Navigating separation and integration. Even in union, periods of separation or distance can occur. Separation allows for integration of lessons and personal growth. It prevents stagnation, encouraging self-reflection and emotional independence. Reunion after separation is often more conscious, grounded, and aligned. Rather than fear separation, view it as a natural rhythm in the twin flame journey, enhancing resilience, trust, and alignment. Ask yourself, can I embrace temporary distance as part of our spiritual evolution? Am I using these moments for reflection, growth, and energetic recalibration? Integration during separation strengthens the longevity and depth of union. 8. Love as a spiritual practice. Twin flame. Union transforms love into a spiritual practice. Love is expressed consciously, without expectation or attachment. Every interaction becomes an opportunity for reflection, compassion, and alignment. Challenges, joy, and ordinary moments alike contribute to spiritual evolution. Love is no longer just an emotion. It is a path of conscious awakening and divine partnership. Ask yourself, am I approaching love as a practice rather than a possession? Do I see each moment with my twin flame as a chance to evolve spiritually? This mindset transforms the union into a sacred, life-affirming partnership. 9. Embracing the eternal journey. Twin flame union is not a destination. It is an ongoing journey. Souls evolve continuously, individually, and together. The relationship deepens over time, uncovering new layers of connection, intimacy, and spiritual alignment. Love expands beyond personal desire into shared purpose, cosmic resonance, and spiritual awakening. Embrace the eternal rhythm, growth, challenges, harmony, and expansion as the essence of twin flame union. Ask yourself, am I committed to evolving alongside my twin flame, embracing all facets of the journey? Can I honor both the journey and the destination simultaneously? 10. Closing reflection and inspiration. Living in union with your twin flame is both a privilege and a responsibility. It is a relationship that awakens the soul, challenges the ego, and expands consciousness. By navigating challenges consciously, maintaining harmony, supporting growth, and embracing love as a spiritual practice, you create a union that reflects the highest expression of your soul. Every moment, joy, difficulty, reflection, and celebration contributes to the evolution of your shared journey. Love consciously. Grow together. Embrace the journey. Your twin flame union is a mirror of your highest self, a path of awakening, and a sacred partnership of souls.